The NFL is back, and with that, so is the great game of fantasy football. I'm joined in the lounge by our fantasy experts, Ennis Warlick, Brad Klier, and Chris Edwards, as they break down what moves to make for Week 3. So guys, let's get into it. Going into Week 3, what's the biggest free agent that you think we can find on the market here?
So if you're looking for like wide receiver depth, I would go with J.J. Nelson from the Arizona Cardinals. Right now, I took a look at ESPN Fantasy, and he's only owned about 20% of leagues, and he's actually leading the Cardinals in receiving yards, 10 receptions.
Big week last week.
Exactly, huge week last week in overtime, and he has 163 yards on the season right now, 2 touchdowns. He's only second in targets to Larry Fitzgerald at 13. But he's leading right now. If you need a wide receiver to stash away or start to flex, I would go with him.
If you want to go for another wide receiver, the Jets. I know, terrible offense, one of the worst teams in the league. Jermaine Kearse, they're going to be playing catch-up a lot. He had 12 points last week. Top 10 wide receiver so far in PPR leagues. Just for the sheer amount of volume he's going to get and the touchdown possibility, because they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. And if you want to go running back, Javorius Allen from Baltimore, he's number 13 so far amongst PPR running backs for ESPN.
Now, here's the thing with Allen. You have the running back that debuted behind him last week, and you also have the guy that they brought in from Seattle last week, Alex Collins.
Yeah. And then you have Danny Woodhead, though, he's out for 8 weeks. So someone's
it's kind of a murky backfield.
Someone's got to fill that passing catch role. He had 20 carries last week, had 6 catches, so it's just a lot of quantity.
Plus, Javorius Allen is actually the leading rusher for Baltimore right now at 135 yards. And he can actually kind of do what Danny Woodhead does, which is both run the ball and working yourself in the backfield.
So, Ennis, who you got?
So I'm going to go with the guy that's actually available in 0.8% of leagues. I'm going to go with Brandon Coleman from New Orleans. The Saints' offense has kind of been a little bit disappointing, but you have to keep in mind that they've gone against pretty tough defenses in Minnesota and New England. Brandon Coleman's a big 6'6" wide receiver. Of course, Willie Snead is coming back in the week after next here, but he's a big target. He had a big week last week. He had 82 yards and a touchdown. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, and guys, he's got Drew Brees thrown to him, so what can be wrong with that?
Absolutely.
So, we've had some injuries so far this season. What is the most detrimental so far? Ennis, kick it off.
Well, I'm going to go with Jordan Howard, and not because of the Bears' backfield situation. I think they're pretty set with Tariq Cohen in the backfield there. He had an impressive week 1, solid week 2, but just for where Jordan Howard got drafted for a lot of people, he was getting drafted in the second round in most leagues. Pretty disappointing for him to be in a sling after this week. Not really sure how he's going to battle with that injury, but I think it's pretty disappointing.
If we want to go off of injuries at a high draft pick, you can't go higher than David Johnson. This guy was probably, at worst, the number 2 pick in the league you were playing in. He's out for
It's my number 1 pick, man. Hurt me.
Losing out on a number 1 pick. That's irreplaceable. That could be destroying plenty of seasons, and you may not even get him back to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Chris, who you got? Let's make it quick.
Going down a little bit lower, Greg Olsen for Carolina.
Absolutely.
Probably one of the top tight ends in the league right now. 3 1,000-yard seasons, like 3 straight seasons. Now he's out. That's probably Cam's favorite target. You got to go to the waiver wire, maybe pick up Jared Cook from Oakland, but that's kind of bad.
Real quick, last question. Let's make it a quick answer. Biggest matchup going into Week 3. Let's make it quick. Chris?
Jay Ajayi versus the Jets. It's the Jets, and it's Ajayi.
Good pick.
Dez and Ezekiel Elliott versus Arizona.
Love it.
Oakland and Washington. Oakland's on fire right now.
Oh, yeah. Crabtree's looking good.
Absolutely.
I want more Marshawn dancing.
Oh, me too.
I can't get enough of that.
All right, guys. Well, that's all the time we have for fantasy football. But don't worry. Ellie will be joining me to discuss what rules we'd like to change in the NHL. You don't want to miss this.